Welcome to Coffee with Phaedra. I'm Phaedra and I help women reconnect with themselves one cup of coffee at a time, one conversation at a time, and one piece of clothing at a time. Last week we talked about something that really surprised me. I realized that I had not lost myself, that life had just kind of taken over, buried me, so to speak, or overwhelmed me, or covered me up. We do that. Not just women, not just moms, but people do that. Life kind of takes over and runs everything. So I've been thinking about that all week. And if life can slowly cover us up, so to speak, I don't think God intends for us to uncover ourselves or dig our way out all at once. I think it's maybe more like peeling an onion, one layer at a time, one season at a time, or one trial at a time. And that made me ask a question. If God created us with purpose, what is He doing during those seasons where we kind of are buried by life or overwhelmed by life? When we're busy raising children or taking care of our elderly, aging relatives, or working 40 hours a week and doing all of these other things at the same time. When you're in that busy season and life overwhelms you, what is God doing? And when I look back over my life, I don't think God ever left or quit working. I just couldn't always see it. It's like winter. Take winter for instance. The trees are bare, the grass is dead, everything is cold, nothing appears to be growing, everything looks dead. But deep underneath the ground in the soil, things are happening. Roots are growing. Trees are preparing for the next season. Perennial flowers are getting ready for the next season. If you only looked at what you could see, you would think nothing's going on. When in reality, everything is going on deep in the soil. Life is still there. And I think that's kind of what God does with us. He's still there in those busy seasons. Well, cleaning out my closet taught me a lesson. I didn't throw everything away in one afternoon. I've told you, it was a process. Every afternoon after work, I would come home from work and I would try on clothes, work in my closet for an hour, and I'd ask myself those hard questions. Do I like it? Does it fit? Is the color good? Would I wear it out? Shopping, to dinner, to church. And if I couldn't answer the questions, it went. The process took months. And looking back, I think that's exactly how God has worked in my life. not all at once, one layer at a time. The truth is, we live in a instant gratification world. We want everything right now. We want results right now. I know I did. Like, take for instance, when it came to losing weight, starting the tirzepatide, I wanted that first 20 pounds gone like that. That's just me. But realistically, that would not have been healthy, nor would it have been sustainable. And honestly, if I'd have lost all of the weight overnight, I wouldn't have had anything to wear. That would not have been a pretty sight. But as it is, it's come off slowly. And I've been able to replace clothing little by little, one piece at a time. I still have things in my closet that are still a little big, but I am covered and I am dressed intentionally. Looking back, I'm thankful that it has happened in seasons and not overnight. Finding myself has taken time. Healing emotionally takes time. Learning to care for yourself takes time. Learning to care for myself has taken time. And maybe that's why it's called a journey. Every season teaches us something. Every season gives us something we need. And every season gives us something we need to let go of. And I think that's what God is doing when we're so overwhelmed with life. He's teaching us things and letting us see for ourselves that maybe this part doesn't need to go with me into the future. And maybe I need to take this little thing that I have learned with me to the next season. Just like my closet. There were clothes that served me well for one season, but they weren't meant to go with me into my next one. So life is like that too. If you're in a season that you don't recognize yourself anymore, please don't give up. Stop, take your time, and ask yourself the questions, the hard questions. So I've learned something through this journey, like I always say. It was never really about the closet. It was never really about the clothes. It was never really about the style. The closet is simply where my journey began. I think that because things aren't changing quickly, that He's not doing anything, that God's not doing anything, because I promise you He is. Sometimes He does His deepest work when you're not looking and where you can't see it. And if you're wondering what He's doing, ask Him. Ask the hard questions, but then you got to be willing to wait for the answers, and you got to be willing to listen. It might come through conversation, it might come through scripture, it may come from the least expected place, because God absolutely speaks a language that you understand. He will answer you. And for me, some of those answers came while I was standing in front of my closet. So I've learned something about this journey. God has given me grace for this journey. And like I always say, it was never really about my closet. It was never really about my wardrobe. And it was never really about my style. The closet is simply where I began uncovering the woman God intended for me to be. So thank you for spending time with me today here at Coffee with Phaedra. Keep uncovering that beautiful woman God created you to be, one conversation, one cup of coffee, and one piece of clothing at a time. And if you know somebody that could use a little encouragement today, I'd be honored if you'd share this with them. Thank you so much, and until next time, take care. I'll see you back here for Coffee with Phaedra.